Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Scott Dennis has the day off. We do have some breaking news surrounding a Suncoast murder case that gripped the nation. Carly Brucia's mother has died. The Polk County Medical Examiner's Office confirms that Susan Shorpen passed away Monday at the age of 47. Her cause of death has not been released, but authorities do not suspect foul play. Shorpen gained national attention following the abduction of her 11-year-old daughter Carly in February of 2004. Surveillance video showed a man named Joseph Smith abducting the Sarasota girl from behind a car wash on Bee Ridge Road. After days of searching, her body was recovered. Smith was later found guilty of abducting, raping, and killing Brucia. After her daughter's death, Shorpen was arrested multiple times for drug and prostitution charges. Now, Joseph Smith's case may be being revisited after more than a decade thanks to a new Florida law. The man convicted of killing Carly Brucia was sentenced to death, but now 13 years later, he is appealing his sentence. Smith argues it should be reversed because of a change to Florida's sentencing law that requires a unanimous jury to recommend the death penalty, something he did not receive. Some say Smith's sentence should be maintained. Others say it's the duty of the justice system to revisit the case.
This has pulled this back up into people's lives now, and they have to think about it again.
The state of Florida has been making this mistake in case after case, and it resulted in 400 people on death row. I think that the mistakes have to be fixed.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, hear from those who were closely involved in this case and find out what this new law could mean for hundreds of death penalty cases like it in Florida. Some special needs students involved in a serious school bus accident yesterday are back at Oak Park School in Sarasota today. Psychologists on campus are helping them cope with what they experienced. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick is live from where that crash happened with how these students are doing today. Jess.
Good evening, Haley. I'm told at this point many of the students are just worried about one another as they're still all recovering from yesterday's accident. In the meantime, here at the scene at Gant and Proctor Roads, a new light has been installed and that is up and running.
I really was afraid that when I walked on the scene, based on just how the bus looked, that there were going to be white sheets out on the street.
Thankfully, 24 hours later, 10 of the 11 Oak Park students are out of the hospital following Tuesday's bus accident. One student remains at All Children's Hospital in St. Pete, but Oak Park principal Edwina Oliver says he too will soon be coming home.
We were going to drive up there, but Mom says, no, he's good. We're good. I will keep you in contact by phone.
Oliver says she thinks what helped keep her kids safe were the seat belts and safety harnesses that every Oak Park student wears on the school bus.
All of them were secure in the bus. None of our students ride without something holding them in.
While everyone involved reflects back on yesterday's events, at Oak Park, the school psychologist and guidance counselor are helping students, teachers, and even parents cope.
This morning I had a student come in with his mother and they were a little shaken up to come back to school, so I met with both of them and just kind of asked how things were going, and he said that he was more concerned about how the bus aide and the bus driver were than himself.
The pair has a list of the students involved and is checking in on them throughout the day.
They are not able to articulate and express their thoughts and feelings as well as other students in different schools. A lot of them can, but sometimes it's just a little bit more difficult for them to get it out.
We'll meet with all the students and just see how they're doing, see if they just need to talk or get away for a moment, just kind of recap things or, you know, do some therapeutic drawings, whatever they need. We'll be here to support them.
And the support doesn't stop there. Dozens of students have made get well cards for their classmates in the accident.
A lot of our kids, once they get wind of this, they want to help out in any way, and which is phenomenal here.
Principal Oliver said today that her students practice emergency drills just like they do at other schools. One of those includes evacuating through the back door of the bus in emergency situations. That's exactly what her students were forced to do yesterday. In Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. Governor Rick Scott is calling on local health and law enforcement agencies to seek new solutions to a statewide opioid epidemic. Scott is directing the Florida Department of Children and Families, the Department of Health, and the Department of Law Enforcement to hold workshops within local communities about the epidemic. A recent report by the Florida Behavioral Health Association says opioids such as heroin lead to nearly 10 deaths a day in the state, killing someone every 2.5 hours. Manatee County tops the list with the highest number of overdose deaths of Florida's 67 counties. But some involved in the local fight say they're tired of talking and they are ready to see action.
I mean, we've talked. People have had meetings for 2 years now. In my opinion, there's been very slim to no changes whatsoever. That's not helping this situation at all.
Governor Scott still has not declared this a statewide public health emergency. A captain with the Palmetto Police Department is on paid administrative leave. Stephen Greer is under investigation for a possible policy violation. The Palmetto Police Chief says he cannot elaborate, though he did state the case is not criminal in nature. This isn't Greer's first controversy. In 2002, he was fired by the former police chief who determined Greer had texted a 16-year-old girl nearly 200 times. Greer fought the termination and was reinstated. And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob. Nice and warm out there. Lots of sun.
I was just right here not too long ago, a couple hours ago, doing some fishing with Captain Johnny Walker. If you look to the west, you'll see lots of clear skies. You look to the east, different story. A lot of clouds around, and that's a result, again, of a little bit of an easterly wind butting up against that sea breeze, which has developed now. It's west-northwest at 17. The temperature pretty warm, 81 degrees. And the pressure still high, 30-12, and the moisture is increasing a little bit, mainly to our south, but we have a few more showers around here this afternoon. You can see that near Rotunda, Placida, Inglewood, Minnesota Beach, pushing off to the west. There's moderate showers now along 776. They'll continue off to the west. Port Charlotte getting some rainfall, looks rather ominous. Also into Punta Gorda, getting some rainfall there. You can notice the wind out of the west-northwest right near the coast, but still out of the east as you push inland. Again, that is the two kind of meeting up and causing the convergence and the few light rain showers. Well, more in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Tonight, Sarasota police are releasing surveillance pictures in hopes someone can help them find the driver involved in a hit-and-run crash. These are the photos of the white Chevy Silverado pickup truck believed to be involved in the accident that occurred around 2 a.m. on Tuesday. The left front of the truck may be damaged. Police say the driver was near the intersection of North Pineapple Avenue and 1st Street in Sarasota when he hit a man who was standing in the road. The driver left the scene without helping the victim. The victim was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital and listed in critical condition. After months of discussions, a plan to make cosmetic changes to the downtown Venice area have been shut down, and one city leader vows not to let the landscape change anytime soon. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us live from downtown Venice with more on that tonight. Christopher.
Good evening, Haley. This announcement comes not long after the city asked the engineering staff to look into returning the downtown area into what it used to look like. But the hefty price tag put a quick end to it. This is downtown Venice in the 1920s. Specifically, it's Venice Avenue. This is that same street in a similar spot today.
We wanted to see what it would look like, how it would change the character of downtown.
Venice's City Council gave Kathleen Whedon, Venice's engineer, the daunting task of drawing plans to turn new Venice Avenue into old Venice Avenue.
We've put a walkway through the center of the existing trees, added some either post and rope chain type look.
The sidewalk would have gone straight through here. Would have, because the City Council voted Tuesday to stop those plans. But it was what Mayor John Hollick said that caught many by surprise. During the meeting, he seemed to imply that no changes would happen while he's still living and breathing.
I would say that's true. So let's call it generational, if nothing else. But yes, I would agree with that.
City Council member Kit McKeon says there is a major desire among residents to keep Venice the way it is.
And it was such a, in my view, such a departure from the current look of downtown that it was inappropriate to change the look of downtown.
Only adding fuel to the fire was the price tag the proposal came with. Effectively, to add a sidewalk and some benches, it would cost about $1 million.
It just sort of the icing on the cake, if you will.
Yeah. While it won't change the look or layout downtown, Wheaton does have plans to redo the roadways.
We'll be reconstructing the roads, the curb. We'll be replacing some of the sidewalks, existing sidewalks where they're cracked or in poor condition. Freshen up the whole downtown. It's going to be very attractive when we're finished.
And that repaving project is expected to begin in April of next year. And that project is expected to take 6 months. Haley?
And Christopher, whose idea was this in the first place?
Well, it was a member of the community that came up with the idea and put it towards the city council, but there's really a strong sentiment in Venice, really, to keep it looking the way it is now. Haley?
All right, thank you, Christopher. Still to come on your Suncoast News, something way more convenient than a blood test, how chewing gum may one day be able to detect cancer. And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, a multi-million-dollar academy all for the puppies, a tour of the new school for four-legged heroes at Southeastern Guide Dogs.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
The CEO of United Airlines is speaking out exclusively with ABC News as protests grow against his company. Global outrage sparked after a passenger was violently dragged off of a flight. The head of the airline is now apologizing and announcing some immediate changes. ABC's Kenneth Moten has this exclusive interview.
A turbulent few days for United Airlines.
You saw us at a bad moment, and this will never happen again.
CEO Oscar Munoz exclusively told ABC News the word shame comes to mind After United passenger David Dow was violently dragged off a Chicago to Louisville flight Sunday, the airline kicked off the Kentucky doctor to make room for 4 crew members.
The first thing I think is important to say is to apologize to Dr. Dow.
Munoz reversing course after first blaming Dow, calling him disruptive and belligerent. The CEO now saying his initial words fell short.
Do you think he's at fault in any way?
No, he can't be. He was a paying passenger sitting on our seat in our aircraft, and no one should be treated that way.
The incident sparking outrage and protests at Chicago O'Hare, but it could also bring changes to the airline industry. Members of Congress taking notice, demanding answers. The CEO now promising big changes, like no more law enforcement pulling off bumped passengers.
It was a system failure. We have not provided our frontline supervisors and managers and individuals with the proper tools, policies, procedures that allow them to use their common sense.
United says it will release the results of its internal review at the end of the month. Dr. Dow's high-profile personal injury attorneys in Chicago say he's still recovering. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Future generations of four-legged superheroes have a new place to learn and play on the Suncoast. Today, Southeastern Guide Dogs in Palmetto celebrating the grand opening of its new Grant and Shirley Heron Puppy Academy. The $4.7 million facility is like a school where Labrador and Golden Retriever puppies can grow and get ready for their careers as service dogs. The facility is climate controlled. More than 1,200 donors help raise the money for this academy.
Our tiniest of superheroes start here, and to have this foundation for our dogs really prepares them for a great future as they become working guide dogs and service dogs throughout the United States.
Also at the Puppy Academy, a new gift shop where guests can purchase gifts and souvenirs. Can we just watch the video for the rest of this? Well, of course, one of our anchors, Stephanie Roberts, is training a puppy with Southeastern Guide Dogs. Wrigley is now around 8 months old and is a frequent guest of Suncoast View. Stephanie has certain commands she's teaching Wrigley right now as part of his training program. She will have to give him back in September or October so he can be placed with someone who needs a guide dog. You can follow Wrigley's adventures on Instagram at Wrigley's View. That's so cute. He sees himself in the mirror. Oh, my goodness.
Great story, too, Wrigley.
Wrigley's great. All those pups are great. It's just amazing what they can do, what they learn.
That's
right.
You know,
how they can guide someone.
And what a great facility they've got now, too. That is fantastic news there. And those puppies were having a great time, weren't they?
They're so cute.
We are looking at pretty great weather, too, albeit a little dry. We could use a little bit of rainfall. We haven't had much here. The Van Wezel webcam looking off into the bay, looking west. Now, this is looking west. You see skies sunny throughout most of the morning and afternoon. And now if you look to the actual east, you're going to see a lot more clouds around. And that's a result of this moisture coming in from the Atlantic all the way over to the west coast, combining with the west coast sea breeze, developing some clouds and even a few showers around. The air quality index, major pollutant ozone right now, and it's in the moderate category, so not too concerning there. We have a little bit of a trough. This is a little trough of low pressure. It's in the upper levels of the atmosphere. You can see it right there. It's going to continue to move off to the east, northeast, and bring some increase in chance and some clouds and showers along the east coast of Florida. We're seeing at the surface anyway, still high pressure just to the east of the state. This high pressure ridge bringing us that easterly wind, which picks up some moisture from the Gulf Stream here in the daytime heating with temperatures in the mid 80s, causing a few showers to break out. You can see that quite clearly. A little bit more action today than we saw yesterday, indicating that there's a bit more moisture in the atmosphere now. You can see right there near Charlotte County and South Sarasota County, a little bit of light rainfall. Not much over in North Sarasota or into Manatee County at this hour. The rain is rather light, although a little heavier just to near Inglewood and Punta Gorda Beach, getting some rainfall. If you're not going to get it, you haven't had it yet there at Inglewood Beach, you'll see some moving in here in just a short period of time. Current conditions now 81 degrees at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Venice a little bit cooler right out on the water. And the RPM forecast model still indicates that easterly wind flow, which will bring some clouds and a chance for a few showers, mainly to our south on Thursday and Friday, as high pressure will continue to build in all across the southeast behind that little weak trough of low pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere as that heads off into the Atlantic. We'll look for great weather on through the end of this week and into the weekend as a result of that large dome of high pressure. Well, nationally, there's not a whole lot going on over the eastern United States. We have some big storms developing over the southern plains into Texas and New Mexico. You can see some pretty big cells there starting to develop near Lubbock, and to the northeast we go. Some showers into Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Had some rain. Boston, some brief showers earlier today. And out west, this area of low pressure continues to move onshore, bringing more rain to California, Washington, Oregon, where they've had plenty of moisture all spring long. Temperatures now, Boston at 50, nation's capital is 78, Atlanta 77, 57 degrees in Chicago, and 56 into Minneapolis. The low tide upcoming for Sarasota Bay will be at 9:08 and a high tide at 2:52, another low tide at 8:26. Sunset will be at 7:53. Mostly cloudy through this evening, and then we'll see some clearing late. There's a slight chance for a few showers, mainly south. 62 for a low tomorrow. Morning sunshine gives way to a few clouds in the afternoon. Rain chance really quite small tomorrow. 83 for your high. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10, and then the extended forecast looking pretty nice through Easter weekend. We'll see sunshine, temperatures mid to upper 80s, some upper 80s well inland, and then staying dry. Look at that. No real threat of any significant measurable precipitation right through midweek next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident in Manatee County. It's on US 301 at State Road 70, so do be careful in that area. In health news tonight, a growing number of U.S. adults are having strokes. Researchers analyzed hospital billing data and found the biggest surge in stroke rates for adults ages 35 to 44. They rose 42% for men and 30% for women. The study was published in JAMA Neurology. Researchers say this is happening at least in part because more younger people have risk factors like high blood pressure, obesity, and diabetes. A company is working on creating a gum that could detect cancer. Our bodies produce volatile organic compounds, which are chemicals unique to each type of cancer. The company Volatile Analysis in Huntsville, Alabama, says once you put the gum in your mouth, it can absorb those chemicals, and then that gum can be tested and read to see if you have a certain cancer. The gum is still in development and has not been perfected just yet. Coming up, a hotel guest finds a slithery surprise inside of a room where a 5-foot-long python was hiding. Plus, an unforgettable encounter for a group of divers in South Florida. The story behind this whale shark. That's next.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the #1 car brand in safety, and all Subaru models with EyeSight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. And you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
This Saturday only, save 40% off factory direct windows. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing.
The official salon of ABC 7. Cutting Loose Salon.
coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
One person is dead after a semi-truck ended up dangling off an interstate overpass in Florida on 95. The Florida Highway Patrol says a tow truck driver fell off the overpass and died. Authorities say the tractor trailer rolled over as it was trying to exit the interstate in Boca Raton. A witness says similar accidents have happened before in that same area.
I heard the screeching tires and took a look out the window. So I didn't see anything this morning until the sun came up. This isn't the first time I've seen it here either. I was maybe about 6 months ago, there was another truck hanging over the other side, so.
The driver of the semi was not hurt. It's unclear if he will face any charges. You've probably heard of snakes on a plane, but what about a snake in your hotel room? That is exactly what happened at a Marriott Residence Inn in Worcester, Massachusetts. A horrified hotel guest discovered a 5-foot-long young golden child reticulated python inside of a dresser drawer. The manager quickly called police, which led to an animal control unit coming out to the scene. The snake handler says it was not just a Bible that was in the drawer with the snake.
The lady had some food like Kit Kats, what she was going to eat, but we just put our hands in it very slowly and just pick it up. You pick it up by the head and the tail, you're all set.
Okay, I won't be attempting that, but the python was brought to Central Mass Aquatics so that employees there can care for it. Wow. A spectacular view of marine life in Florida. Some divers captured some up-close video of a big whale shark. A dive guide, Craig Buss, took 3 other divers to a spot called The Trench off of West Palm Beach on Sunday. At the end of their dive, the group encountered a whale shark that's about 30 to 35 feet long. They were the last 4 divers in the water and were ascending from approximately 60 feet when the whale shark graced them with its presence. For about a minute, the whale shark was surrounded by at least 100 fish. As you can see here, it's pretty crazy. It was just moving peacefully along in the water. What a beautiful sight. Still to come on your Suncoast News, sent to jail for being too noisy? The Bradenton Police Department takes a drastic step in enforcing a noise ordinance. That story is straight ahead.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
Come into a California Closets showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.